Hi everybody, welcome. Jean Pomeroy from Workforce and Lifeforce Meditations, here to do the second in our three-part series on finding your life's purpose. So I'm sorry, I have been scheduling these and it does give me a URL that is supposedly being able to be used to do the live feed, and I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. So I'm going live this way, and I'm hoping that as we begin, you'll all find me. I appreciate everybody that joined last week. And last week what we looked at was, do you have a life's purpose? Or some people call it a dharma or a personal legend. And we looked at whether that is really something that exists. And I hope that based on our conversation and maybe a little bit of being insightful for yourself, you have come to the conclusion that absolutely there's a purpose to you being here. It cannot be about you checking off the boxes every day on your to-do list, going to bed, waking up, and doing the same thing all over again the next day. There is no fulfillment in that. There's contentment. You can be very happy and content doing those things and checking the boxes, but real fulfillment on a very high level can never be found that way. It can only be found in pursuing what it is that your reason is to be here. And we all have a unique reason. So let's say that now you've decided, yes, there has to be a reason I'm here and I want to fulfill whatever that is, but how the heck do I figure it out? Well, that's what we're going to discuss today. So let me be the first to tell you that throughout your entire life, even as a young child, you were given many clues as to what your life's purpose, your unique reason for being here is. And there are some people that are in a position where they hear the clues, they see the clues, they feel the clues, and they move forward in a way where they just don't have any other way to do it, that they absolutely have to pursue that. And it might be partially because they were encouraged to pursue it, but in many cases that's not the case, but they did it anyway. We talked last week about people that you hear, especially people that are famous. So maybe a sports athlete or an actor or a musician that just knew that they had to sing and that they sang as a young age, and that their life was just, other kids were playing and they were home practicing their favorite song and singing. And it was something that was inside of them. It was something that they couldn't deny. But what happens for a great majority of people is that we don't have any one thing like that that we really put our focus on. And when it starts to come up and we start to have some feelings or thoughts about what really lights us up, we push it down. So the keys that you will find in finding something that could be related to your life's purpose is that you have this real, unbridled enthusiasm for whatever it is. Whatever it is lights you up. If you think about it, if you talk about it, if you're doing it, you have a different feeling for this than you do for other things. You can be happy and enjoy all kinds of things in your life, but having this kind of enthusiasm is different. I find for myself that it gives me goosebumps sometimes, and that I can feel the endorphins released in my body, that happy feeling, the butterflies in your stomach. Now you would think that if you have incredible enthusiasm for something and that you have butterflies in your stomach and goosebumps, that you acknowledge it and that you see it. But the real deal is that that doesn't happen because you've conditioned yourself for so many years to push that down and to resist it that you don't even see it happening. You don't even know it's coming. So when things start to come up for you, ideas of places that you feel like you need to be, that you need to go to, that you need to experience, or things you would like to do. Again, this is not necessarily a career change, although it is that way for some people and was for myself. But it could just be something that you feel compelled to do in your life and that you're not doing. And for many people, it's, well, that's wonderful. I would love to do that, but I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I have obligations. I have responsibilities. I wouldn't be any good at it. There's no way I would succeed. And we live in this space of resistance where we have these wonderful things come up, and before we even acknowledge them, they're pushed right back down. But I'm here to tell you that they're not that far down. They live right about here because it wants to come out, and it's right where you can feel it, see it, almost taste it, but we continually push it back down. So one of the biggest things that I'm going to tell you right now is that in order to not push it back down and to see it, you have to be in present moment awareness. So let me give you an example. I took a class a number of years ago that opened me up to the idea that that little voice inside my head that's constantly rolling, constantly judging, telling me that person's a jerk and this is good and that's bad, all of a sudden I had the understanding that, my God, that's not the truth. It's just a thought. It's just a thought I had in my head. And just because I had the thought doesn't make it the truth. And it opened this space for me to completely start to see that that little voice inside my head isn't who I am. It's only what I think in my mind. That from a different place, and I think from my heart, I'm able to observe the little voice in my head. And if I can observe the little voice in my head, that means I'm not my head. I am within my heart, my soul, my spirit. And that's the one that's able to observe the mind. So when you are caught up in your mind and you are constantly rolling and going over everything that happened in the past and why did she do that? And why did she say, oh, you know what I should have said to her? Daggone it, that's right. And worrying about the future and if I don't do this and what happens if we don't have that and what if this happens over here? All of that is not living in the present moment. All you ever have is right now. And 5 minutes from now, you'll be in now. And a day from now, you'll be in now. All you ever have is now. The past is gone, folks. It doesn't exist anymore. All it is a memory, and it's a really distorted memory they've shown as well. The future hasn't come yet. So whatever you're worrying about or thinking about, guess what? It's all imagined. So if the past is gone and the future doesn't exist, all you ever have is right now. And from that present moment awareness, you can start to see the signs and feel the emotion around your life's purpose. So I took the class a number of years ago that allowed me to understand that concept, that everything that I thought wasn't the truth. And it opened up a place for me to be able to look at my mind, and I started to meditate. And in meditation, I was able to take a pause and not be in that incessant thinking and to quiet my mind. From that place of being in the present moment, not in the past, not in the future, not in all this made up stuff, but where I really am, the only place I ever am right now, I was able to see things that I never saw before. So I started to meditate for myself. I knew that my career choice wasn't a good one for me. And for all of my past clients that see this, please understand, as a 19-year real estate broker, I loved the people that I worked with. I worked with amazing people, but I never got fulfillment out of the job. And I left a number of times and just came right back because I was good at it. Good at it is the most terrible thing that can ever happen. I'm sure if someone showed me how to dig ditches, I could be good at that too. Being good at something does not make it fulfilling, and real estate was never fulfilling for me. So I started to realize that things were coming up for me more and more around meditation. I would see a news article or a newspaper clipping about mindfulness, and I'd get the butterflies in my stomach. I was at the grocery store one time, and all that there was on the check stand was a yoga magazine, but it gave me goosebumps. And because I wasn't living in this place of my mind filled with all of these perceptions and opinions that I thought were truth, living in places that don't exist anymore in the past or haven't existed in the future, I was able to see these signs and realize there was something for me there that gave me this incredible enthusiasm, that it felt like I had no choice, that it was a dream that provided love and purpose somehow for me and a different level of fulfillment than I got with anything else in my life. I really enjoy piano music, and I've always wanted to play the piano, but that was a want. I enjoy it, I connect to it, but it's not the same thing as feeling this enthusiasm around mindfulness and meditation and what it meant for me and what it could mean for others. So when I looked at what I wanted in my life and how I wanted to feel, it wasn't even a choice once it's uncovered. So in order to uncover it, you do have to start to take some time to pause, to realize that all of those incessant thoughts are just getting in the way of the things that you feel. You cannot find your life's purpose through your mind. It has to come through your heart, through your soul, through your spirit. See how you feel around things. Just be observant without judgment in places that it's easy to do it. If it's at the grocery store or in the car on the way to work, or going to the doctor's office, or whatever it is, wherever you are in life, whether you're still in school or you've been retired for years, start to take some time to pause. If you want to find out more about being mindful and how to be in the present moment and how to be able to get to that place easily through meditation, lifeforcemeditations.com allows you that, to be able to go on and to do our guided meditations. But this is just about finding a way to take a pause and to be in the present moment. So when the signs show up in your life, and I'm telling you, they're showing up all over. If I had been in the grocery store that day and I had been worried about getting out of there and I had worried about my shopping list and all the stuff I had to get and getting the lunches ready for tomorrow and making dinner tonight, and I had been rolling in my mind, I would have seen the yoga magazine and gotten no feeling off of it whatsoever. But because I have found the ability through mindfulness and meditation, or just taking a simple pause, to be at the grocery store, to look at the colors of the foods, to be grateful for the bounty of food that we have in this country. I take a big old shopping cart and throw stuff in it. There are other people that don't have food. Just that moment of mindfulness puts you in a place where when you see the things that are going to light you up, you feel how they light you up. And you acknowledge, wow, that really does something for me. I didn't realize that was there. And guess what happens the minute you find one of those? It starts popping. You start finding yourself in a place of mindfulness and looking at things differently and having those insights come to you over and over, and the goosebumps and the endorphins and the enthusiasm, until you realize, this is it for me. This is different than anything else I've ever felt before. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know how to incorporate it into my life. And I don't have to know, because that's not my homework right now. That is next week. So for this week, what I ask all of you to do is to quiet your mind, to just be a little more aware in right now, in the present moment, of what it's like to be alive. Get out of the past. It's gone. And it's really also an illusion, because so much of it is totally distorted from what actually happened. They've proven that. Get out of the future. Who knows what's going to happen in 5 minutes or tomorrow or in a week? You have no idea what your future is going to look like. None. So why make it up? Why imagine it? Be where you are right now. Experience what you feel as you go through your day. Experience the gratitude for everything you have and all the people that are around you. And you will automatically be open to the signs that come from your spirit, your soul, your heart, that are feelings that will guide you towards your life's purpose. So that's your homework for this week. If you're willing to take on this mission, then do that. Spend some time feeling what you feel as you experience your life as it's happening to you right now. And I do encourage you, 30-day free trial. If you want a 30-day free trial to just try the meditations on Lifeforce Meditations, then like this and give me a comment. Want my 30 days, please. I will respond with a link for you, because it's the best way for you to start to have that opening. The opening I had a number of years ago, where you start to realize that what you think is not the truth. It's just a thought, just a perception, just an opinion. And from that place, you can be in the present moment very easily and very quickly, no matter what you're doing. So let's do our last in the series next week. So you're going to spend this week taking on your mission of feeling what there is to feel when you encounter things in your life and you get these signs of enthusiasm, goosebumps, endorphins, and you find out what it is that you're excited about and that can really fulfill you on a different level. When we come back next week, I will talk to you about what the heck you do once you find it, because it's great to find it, and some people do find it and then don't know where to go. I'm going to guide you in where to go from there, so that you really can have a fulfillment on a different level than you ever thought before, and to do it effortlessly. Yes, I said effortlessly. The next section is all about how easy it is to fulfill your life's purpose because of all the help that you'll receive. And we'll talk about how that works next time. So I am tremendously grateful that you took the time to join me today. Our next session, I actually looked it up this time since we had so many problems last time, and I'm grateful that we didn't this time. I'm not quite done, so let's keep going for another minute. August 2nd is our next session. So I'm doing Wednesdays at 2:30 Pacific time. I'm in Arizona. We don't change time, so this time of year we're on Pacific time. 2:30 next Wednesday. Join me, and we will talk about how to start your life's journey, how to start your purpose, once you've found your passion, where to go from there, and how to have fulfillment at a level you never thought possible. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I end with namaste. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.